Welcome to our first video in a series we're making about how to get a website up and running on your Bluehost hosting account using WordPress. I'm going to cover everything you need to know, from what WordPress is, to how to install it, to how to actually use WordPress to build a custom website. Now, the best way to learn to build a WordPress website is just to dive in and do it. In these videos, we're going to go through an example with which you can actually follow along. This is a real website, and I made it using WordPress, and you can even visit it with this link. In these videos, I'm going to show you step by step, click by click, how to make this exact website. But for the rest of this first video, let's just go over what WordPress is. Well, most people, when they hear WordPress, they think blog. And that's because WordPress kind of started out primarily as a blogging platform. But today, WordPress is a full-blown content management system, or CMS for short. See, a content management system lets you build a website without having to know HTML or advanced programming languages or CSS or anything like that. It's designed to take all the content you throw at it, pictures, text, movies, music, all that stuff, and then stitch it together into a website for you. Now, WordPress is extremely popular as a content management system, partly because it's powerful, but also because it's really easy to use. 1 out of 5 people use it now to build their website, and 14% of existing websites out there on the internet already use it. Now, to use WordPress as a CMS, you need a web hosting account on which to install it. In other words, you need space on a server somewhere to store all the files that make up your website so they're available 24/7 to anyone that wants to visit it. Bluehost is the #1 recommended host for WordPress. So if you want great web hosting, give us a call. Our in-house support staff is available 24/7 to answer your questions and help you get started. So that's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to begin by installing WordPress on a Bluehost hosting account. Hi, my name is Paul, and welcome to the second video in our series demonstrating how to make a WordPress website using your Bluehost hosting account. If you'll remember, I'm showing you how to make this exact website, click by click. So, what's the first step? Well, we need to install WordPress on our Bluehost hosting account. This is kind of like installing a program on your computer, but instead of a program, we're installing WordPress, and instead of your home computer, we're installing it on the servers here at Bluehost headquarters. So, let's get started by going to bluehost.com. So after we go to bluehost.com, we're going to go to the top right where it says Control Panel Login. Click on that. It's going to ask us for our primary domain name and our password. So we'll put that in so we can log into our account. So once we've logged into our account, you'll be on your control panel, or cPanel for short. Now there's a lot of tools on here, and they're all great. We're not going into them right now. All we need is Simple Scripts. Let's scroll down a little bit and click on that. Now, Simple Scripts is our one-click installer tool for some of the most popular and great tools out there on the internet. Now, we're going to scroll down to the blogs category and pick WordPress. Now, don't worry, WordPress is not just a blogging platform like I mentioned in the last video. It's actually a full-blown content management system. We just put it there since a lot of people still kind of think of WordPress as a blogging platform and it makes it easier to find. So once you've clicked it, it's going to ask you to install it. We're going to click Install, the green button there. And it's going to ask you a couple questions, one of which is where do you want WordPress installed? If you have a domain name that's available, you want to use that, feel free to select it. And then once you indicate that you've read the terms and agreements, click Complete. Okay, so that's it. Now it's installing. It just takes a couple of seconds. Now once it's done, it's going to present you with some information that you want to remember. Right at the top here is the site URL. Now if you click on that, it's going to take you to the actual website that you just made. So let's try that now. Great, it opened up a window and there's my blog, just another WordPress site. This is a template that WordPress uses just to fill up the space while it waits for you to go in and make some changes. So that's working, let's close that. Now underneath it is the login URL. This is the address you'll use when you want to log into the website to start making changes to it. And underneath that, you'll notice it has username and password. These are things that you want to write down somewhere and remember. The password itself is highly secure and auto-generated for you. You can always change it later and I'll show you how to do that. But if you just want to stick with this password, you can kind of rest assured it's going to be safe. So if you click Login URL, it's going to open up another window prompting you for your username and password, the same username and password that was on that previous window. Now remember, this is not the same as our Bluehost login information. Our Bluehost login information gets us into our server here, where all those other tools were on the cPanel. This is what we use to log into our website itself to make changes just to the website. So let's put that information in really quick. Username and the password. Let's click Login. Perfect. This is the dashboard. This means that we were successful in installing WordPress. This is where we're going to go to make all the changes to make our website. Now, if you need that login information again, SimpleScripts automatically sends you an email with that information. So if you ever lose it or forgot where you wrote it down, just go check your inbox. It's in there waiting for you. Now, in the next video, we're going to go through more of the tools involved with actually creating your website. But for our first step, we're all installed and good to go. Hi, my name is Paul and welcome to the next video in our WordPress walkthrough series. If you'll remember from the last video, we're going through how to make this exact website. And I'm going to show you click by click how to do it. Now to get started, I'm assuming you already have WordPress installed on your hosting account as we did in the last video. So assuming you're logged in, this is what you see. So this is the dashboard. This is where we go to make changes to our website. It's like the home base of your website, if you will. All the tools you need are in here. Now the best way to really get to build a website is to play with these tools. You really just need to spend a few minutes tinkering around, clicking on things, seeing what they do. But to help kind of learn how to use them, we're going to actually build this website. I'm going to show you these tools in action as we go through these videos. So hopefully that'll help give you a head start. Now, the first thing that you might want to do when you log into WordPress is change your password. Now, the one that we provided you is actually really secure and safe. So if you want to keep using that, that's probably a smart idea to do. But if you want to make a password that you'll remember, that's fine. You can do that. You just want to go to Howdy Admin here and go edit my profile. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see where it says new password. There you go. You can put your password in twice. It'll indicate to you how strong and good of a password it is. Then click update and you'll be set. Just make sure your password is secure. So you want to make sure it's long enough, has a lot of characters. You want a capital letter in there somewhere. You want a symbol like a $sign or an exclamation point, something like that, and a number. So if you have all that in there, it should be a pretty strong password. Now, one other thing I did want to review before we dive into the tools is a shorthand way of getting back to this dashboard. As long as you can remember your website's name, the actual URL or domain name for your website, you can get to your dashboard. All you have to do is push \wp-admin and then put that on the end of your URL and push enter. It takes you right to the login screen. Now, if you can't remember that, or if you just want to make it easier on yourself, you can always go through your Bluehost account, your hosting account here, go to SimpleScripts, and there's a list of all the websites you've made, and you can just click the admin login right in there too. So that's another way to do it. So let me show you what kind of website we're actually going to be making. It's just a simple one that I did myself. It took me about an hour to make. And if you can go to the website address right here, and you can actually click and visit this site that we're going to be making. You can kind of see what we're going to do. Now you notice it has a picture I took of the beach one day. I like that picture a lot. I put a title up at the top, and then there's 4 pages on it: home, blog, snapshots, and resume. The blog just has some posts that I made last year on my own personal blog. I'm putting them in here so we have something to look at. As an aside, this is not endorsed by Bluehost, the content here, so this is just my own personal opinions of, for example, these movies. And then snapshots has some pictures I've taken over time. I'm going to show you how to make galleries so you can put pictures in your website. Now, people more and more are using websites to help find a job or find an internship, things like that. So on the right-hand side, the last tab, I put resume. We uploaded a sample resume here. I'm going to show you how to do that. So that's basically the site we're going to be building. So now that we've gone over those things, let's get started by actually building the website. Now, the first thing you want to do is pick a theme and change the overall look and feel of the site. This is the fun part of WordPress. It's one of its strengths and one of the reasons it's really popular. Now, what we're going to do is go to your dashboard here, okay? And we're going to go to the appearance section. Click on that. This is where we get to have some fun. You have a lot of themes available in WordPress. These are all for free. These are all done already by people in the WordPress community. You can pick the one you like and install it and activate it on your account. Now, the one that we're going to be using is 2011 1.3. This is one that comes standard with WordPress now. They change them every so often. Now, we're going to use that one, but I did want to show you how you can pick your own themes. You're going to go to the top here where it says Install Themes. Click on that. And you can search for themes by various criterion, columns, how many columns you want in the website, what color themes do you want. Let's say we want a theme that's blue, because we're Bluehost, right? Well, let's click Find Themes, see what it pops out. Great, so all of these themes we can use now. These are free, and I can just go ahead and scroll through, find one I kind of like. This one right here, this looks nice and clean. Elegant Brit B. Sure. Let's look at that one. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that one a lot. So if I like it, I can go ahead and click close here and then click install. So I'll just click install and then click install now, right? And what it's doing is it's actually uploading the files for that website to my hosting account. So when I go here to, actually you can click activate right here if you want, or you can go back to the theme section and click manage themes. Now manage themes is where you can go to find all the themes you've installed over time. And you'll notice we have a couple here. We have the ones that came standard, and there's Elegant Brit B right there. And if I like it, I can just click activate and it'll be up and running. Now for the website we're building today, that's not the theme I chose. We're not going to use it. But now you know how you can pick different themes, and it's a lot of fun. You can spend hours doing that, so be careful. So now that we have our theme picked, 2011 1.3, I'm going to show you how to start making changes to it. Now before we get started with that, there's a trick I want to show you. Basically, as you make changes to your website, you click update. Then the next step is to go see what the update looks like. You want to see it on the live site, right? So what I recommend is opening up another tab or another window with your actual website. Not the dashboard, but the website that people see when they visit it. You can click right here on this and click Visit Site, and that'll open it up. I'm going to open it up in another tab. I like tabs on my browser. It makes it cleaner for me. And I can see what the website itself looks like. So if someone goes to my website right now, this is what they'd see. Now what this lets me do is, as I make changes, I can just toggle back and forth between the windows or between the tabs, and as I make the changes, I can see them actually take place. So this is a really helpful tool as we start building our website. So the first thing we want to do is, let's change the title of the website. Now if you go to the website itself, it says My Blog, just another WordPress site. That's just filler text WordPress puts in there while it waits for you to put your own in there. So let's start changing that. We're going to go down here to the Settings tab, Settings tool, and we're going to go up right to the top where it says Site Title, and let's change that. Now I call my site, for this example website, Past and the Pending, which is a lyric from a song I kind of like. And then for the tagline, I believe I called it Just Some Thoughts and Happenings. ... There we go. Scroll down to the bottom, click Save Changes, and now let's go back to that tab and see when we refresh it if those changes happened. Yep, there we go. Now our title's changed. Now that we've got our title set up, the next thing we need to do is change that header image that they have at the top there. And they have some sample images, filler images cycling through. Those are nice, but I have my own picture that I want to use. So let's go back to the dashboard, and under the Appearance section, there's an option for Header. Click on that, and here's where we can change the image. Now, again, they have some standard ones we can use. It's on random right now, but right above that, it says Upload Image. That's where we're going to go upload our own file. So I'll select Choose File. Now I have a picture on the desktop I want to use, this beach one that I took a while ago. And I'm going to click Upload. Now the picture itself is bigger than the little header image strip, right? So WordPress has a built-in little tool here that crops it for you. You can just kind of drag it down to where you like it. I like it right about there. I'll click Crop and Publish. And there we go. Now let's make sure it's stuck. We just have to go down to the bottom, click Save Changes, and let's go back to our website itself and click Refresh and see if that change happened. Yep, perfect. So now we've got a title, a little tag underneath it, and a picture, which is just what we wanted. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to actually start making pages and posts and getting deeper into making this website look like the one that I made earlier. Hi, my name is Paul, and welcome to the next video in our WordPress walkthrough series. Now, if you'll remember, I'm showing you click by click how to make this exact website, just a simple one that I made after an hour or so. I'm showing you how to do it yourself. Now, in the last video, we went over how to change the overall look and feel of your website, how to pick a theme, and what we did is we added a photo and title, things like that. Now we're going to add a static page. Now, a static page is a really helpful tool for websites. Businesses use them for an About Us section usually, or Contact Us section. It's really helpful if you have a restaurant to put your menu up there, or your hours, things like that. And the ability to make a static page is one of the reasons WordPress is so popular. It's a really powerful tool to make full-blown websites because you have that capability. Now, since this is just a personal website we're making, it's just going to be a little About Me blurb that kind of I typed up. So I'm going to show you how to add that. So let's get started by going to our dashboard. And on the left-hand side, you'll notice we have a tool there called Pages. We're going to click on that. And here's where you can see all the pages you've made already. They have a sample page there that we really don't need anymore, so I'm just going to throw that away, click Trash. But we are going to add a new one. So click Add New right on the left-hand side. And it's going to ask you to call it something. Now, for our purposes, we're going to call it an About page, okay? So I'll just type in About. And I've already wrote down a little blurb for me to put into this page. I'm going to go grab that. Here it is. I put a favorite quote up there, and I'm just going to copy and paste it into this text box. So this text box is great. If you've used a word processor, it'll look familiar. You can bold text, italicize it, center it, all that stuff. Now, one other thing I want to do in this About section is I want to put a picture in there. So I'm going to click right up here where it says Upload and Insert. Click on that, and you can drag a file there or select it. Okay, I have a file on the desktop I want to use. This one right here. I took these just up in the mountains right next to Bluehost. And I'm going to click, medium file size. That looks good. I don't want it to be too big. I'm going to click Insert into Post. Perfect. Now I'm going to put it over here, I think. There we go. I'm going to put it over on the right, so I'm going to right justify it, so the text kind of wraps around it a little bit. I think that looks nice. So now what I'm going to do is publish this by clicking on Publish. So there's one thing I have left to do now that I've published this page, and that's tell my website that this is the landing page I want people to see when they come visit. So I'm going to go to Settings on the left-hand side and go to where it says Reading. And here I can control and specify which page is the first page people see on my website. Instead of saying Latest Posts for blog, we're going to change it to a static page. And then for the front page, we're going to click this drop-down menu and select About. So I'll select that, click Save Changes, and now what I want to do is go see if those changes took place. So if you remember from the last video, I showed you that trick where you have another tab open or another window with your website so you can go toggle back and forth between them as you make changes, see if they actually took place, and do that over and over again. I'm going to click on this and click Refresh, and let's see what happened. Perfect. We're getting there. Okay, so you'll notice it says Home and then About. Perfect. There's the little blurb I threw in there. There's just one thing that we need to change, and that's the comments here. This is something a lot of people call and ask us about. How do I get comments off of my WordPress web pages? Comments aren't bad. They're good, and they help you engage with your audience. But for a static page, it kind of makes it look like a blog, and we don't really want comments on our static page. So we're going to go back to our dashboard here. We're going to go back to the page that we were working on. We're going to click Pages. You can see the list of pages, and I see the one that we worked on, About. I'm going to click Edit. Now this is a little trick, okay? Pay attention. Up at the very top, you click Screen Options. And then Show on Screen, we want to be able to turn off discussion and comments. So we're going to click that. And if you scroll down to the bottom now, you have the discussion module open. We're going to disable comments by clicking No, do not allow comments, and trackbacks and pingbacks. We're turning those off too. All I have to do is click Update. Perfect. Now let's go back to our website to see if that change made a difference. I'm going to click Refresh. Perfect. Now if you'll notice, my comments section at the bottom is gone. So all I have here now is an About Us section, the quote, my little blurb, and the picture I took, and looks like we're in business. So now you know how to make a static page. This is one of the key parts to making a successful full-blown website, right? Now in the next video, we're going to go over blog posts and how to add dynamic content to your site. Hi, my name is Paul, and welcome to the next video in our WordPress series. Basically, we're showing you how to make this exact website click by click. It's just a simple website I made, and I'm walking you through how to do it with the actual tools in WordPress. Now, in the last video, we went over how to make a static web page, which is a really important component of a website. But static pages only half the story for a website. The other component is dynamic content. And that's what we're going to do today. The best place for dynamic content is through a blog. Basically, a blog lets you add new things to your website, and it just kind of shuffles it down, puts it in line with everything else. So it can change over time, but you don't actually have to get into your website and change any of the actual nuts and bolts. It's already designed to take new content, just put it in the stream, basically, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Well, the first step to getting dynamic content on your site in the form of a blog is to give it a place to be. So we need to make a page that's going to be the blog page. So in your dashboard, we're going to go to the bottom left here where it says Pages, and we're going to add a new page. Just click right there. Now this is what we did last time for our About Us page, but this time we're going to call it Blog. Let's call it that right there. And I'm just going to click Publish. Now the next step is to tell your website this is the blog page. So we're going to go to the settings section on the bottom left and click reading. And this is where we can go right at the top. You'll notice we have a couple options. We've already told it that we want the front page to be the about page. That's the first page people see. But now what we want is a post page. And we're going to tell it to be blog. That's the page we just made. So that's where our posts are going to go. Let's click Save Changes. And we're going to go to our website and the tab or window that we have open. And we're going to click Refresh and see what happens. Perfect. Now you'll notice next to the Home button, we have a new page here called Blog. It just showed up. Let's click on it and see what it looks like. Perfect. Now WordPress gives us a dummy post to start us off. It says, "Hello world." Great. We're going to put our own posts in here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But so far so good. We've got a blog page going, and it looks like our first post is already working. So now let's add our own posts. Okay, we're going to go back to the dashboard, and we're going to go up to the top tool here where it says Posts. It's right under Dashboard. This is where you go to see all the posts you made. Now the first one they've already made for us, we don't need, so I'm just going to throw that in the trash by clicking Trash. So that's gone. Now let's add a new post. Right up here on the left, click Add New. Now I've got some posts that I made on my own personal blog I'm going to use here just for example's sake. Full disclosure, Bluehost does not endorse any of my positions or comments in these posts. These are just my personal thoughts. Just throwing them on here so we have something to play with. So I'm going to go there and grab one of my posts here. This is one I did last year on some favorite movies. I'm just going to paste that into this editing section right here. And I'm going to give it a title. This, I believe, was 2010 movie thoughts. I'll put that in there. And you'll notice this is all kind of ready to go. I bolded some things, given it some spacing. And one thing that I did want to add is a picture. I have a picture that I made for this. So I'm going to add the picture right about here. You just got to click Upload and Insert. And I have a file already on my desktop ready to go. Movie posters, there we go. Choose that. Now I want this file to be big. I want it to occupy the whole post. So down here in the options, I'm going to leave it as full size, or large rather. How's large? That looks good. And click Insert into Post. Perfect. Now I'm going to click Update. And then I'm going to go back to my website, to the blog page, and see if the change took place. Perfect. There we go. There's my first post, and it looks great. Awesome. Now let's add another post. Let's go back to where I have these saved. This is the one that I want to show you. I'm going to copy that and put it in. Sweet Baby James. Now this post was about a song I stumbled across. I've always loved this song by James Taylor, but I hadn't heard this rendition of it before. So I wanted to share this song that I heard. So I wanted to be able to embed the YouTube link into the post. So I'm going to go here to the link, copy that. And WordPress is great. WordPress is designed to take your link from YouTube and just put it in your post automatically. You don't need to know anything special to do it. All you got to do is paste in the actual link to the video that you can get from YouTube. So let me click Publish, and let's see what it looks like when I go to the actual website itself. Blog. And there it is. You'll notice it put the video actually in the post. And if I want, I could actually click play, and it'll start playing right there in my blog. Very cool. So our posts are looking great, but there's something on the right that we still want to fix, and that's called the sidebar. This section on the right is something that you can change. So we're going to go to our dashboard, we're going to go to the Appearance section, and we're going to go to Widgets. Now widgets are fun little tools built into WordPress that make it really easy to add things to your pages. Now you'll notice here there's tons of options, and these are great. You just click and drag them. So let's say on the right-hand side, a couple things I want. We already have a search bar on our theme, so we don't need that. But I can see recent posts. That could be handy. I think I like that. I want to put links in here. So I'm going to put that. Click Save on both of these. Scroll down, and you actually don't need to publish this. This is already live. Let's go back to our website, click Refresh, and see if those things pop up. Perfect. There they go. On the right-hand side now, we have all the posts we've made, the movies one, the James Taylor one, and underneath is BlogRoll. BlogRoll is what they're calling our links. Now we don't need these links here. I don't care about any of these, so I'm going to go and change them. So we're going to go back to the dashboard and go to the Links tool on the left-hand side, and we're going to look at all the links that we have. Now these are ones WordPress came with standard. I don't want them, so I'm going to select all of them and click Delete here from the drop-down menu. Apply. Okay, so we got rid of those. Now I'm going to add links that I like. These are just some of my personal favorite things for my personal website. First though, I want to add some categories. So instead of blog roll, I'm going to change this and add one to podcasts. These are favorite podcasts that I like. I'm going to add that. And I'm going to add one for just favorite things. And add that. Okay, now I have some categories. Let's start adding links. I've got a bunch here. Here's one that I like. This is a podcast. I'm going to click Add New. And I can call it what it is, first off, Radiolab. And then I'm going to put in the link to the podcast. And right down here for categories, I tell it, okay, this is a podcast link. Click Add Link. Now let's go to the website and see what it looks like. Let's click Refresh right here. And there we go. Podcast, and it shows up because I put one in there. Let's add a couple more really quick. So now let's go to our website and see if those links are showing up. Click Refresh. Yep, looks like it. Now I've got 2 favorite things listed and 2 podcasts listed. And I can go back and add these and change these whenever I want. So that's how you make categories. Now in the next video, we're going to go over how to add photos or photo gallery to your website. Hi, my name is Paul, and welcome to the next video in our WordPress walkthrough series where we're showing you step by step how to make this exact website. Now in our last video, we went over how to set up a blog and put posts and things in there. In this video, we're going to go over how to make a photo gallery and put it on your website. These can be really useful if you're a photographer or a student or someone that needs to demonstrate a portfolio. Very helpful. Even if you just have a personal website and you want to show some photos to your friends and family, this can be really nice. So we're going to walk you through this. Let's start by going to the dashboard and going to the plugin section. Now if you're unfamiliar with plugins, they're really powerful tools that let you expand the capability of your website without having to know a lot of code or anything. They're prepackaged bits of code for you. So we're going to go to the plugin section and we're going to add a new plugin. We're going to click Add New and we're going to search for the one that we want. Now we want to use the Next Gen gallery for this video. Search, and here it is, showed up right there, right at the top. Okay, it shows you some details. You can go visit the site for it. We're just going to click Install Now. It says yes, I want to install. And last but not least, I need to turn it on. So it's on my website, but it hasn't actually been activated yet. I'll click Activate. Perfect. Now on the left-hand side, you'll notice we have a new tool available to us. At the very bottom, it says Gallery. This is where we're going to go and add our photos first. After we add our photos to the gallery, then we can tell our website where we want to put them. So let's get that handled first. We're going to go to the gallery section, and we're going to click Upload Pictures, right there on the right. Now first we need to add a couple galleries themselves, and I have 4 that I'm going to add. One is going to be called Sunny California. I'll add that one. Click Add. Let's add another one first before we start uploading. So I'll go back to Add Gallery and add one that's called Utah. Click Add Gallery. One more that I want to add, this one's going to be called On the Water. These are pictures of sailing and things like that on the lake. And I'm going to add one more gallery, and this is some pictures I took on a trip to Zion's National Park. So we'll just call it Zion's National Park. Add Gallery. So now we need to upload the pictures to these galleries. I'm going to click Select Files, and on my desktop I already have these broken up into folders. I'm going to go, let's do California first. Select all these pictures and choose, there they are, and I'm going to send them right here to which gallery? Sunny California. Perfect. And it's great, it does all the work for me. It uploads all the images, makes sure they all fit and they're proportioned correctly, even creates thumbnails for me. I just have to sit tight and wait a few seconds. Now let's do this for the rest of the photos as well. Now the nice thing is you can actually go back and change which photos are in which gallery, so don't feel like you have to commit to this right now. But it's sometimes nice to have everything organized right off the bat. Okay, perfect, we're set. So now our pictures are already uploaded and they're in their individual galleries. Now we're going to click on the left-hand side here where it says Manage Gallery. Let's click on that. You'll notice we have our 4 galleries. Let's, for example, pick this Sunny California gallery. This is where you can go and you can actually change what the files are called. So here, for example, I want to call this Capo Beach. That's where that was. This is a picture taken on PCH. And you can just go through all your pictures and retitle them. All you have to do then is click Save Changes, and our album is going to be updated like that. Now, one other thing you can do, which is really handy, is sort the pictures. Maybe you want some pictures to show up in different order. Click Sort Gallery, right there in the middle. And then you can just click and drag which pictures you want in which order. So for example, I'll put the San Francisco pictures up right at the beginning. I kind of like how those look. Then I'll put the beach ones together up here. And then I'll put the mission pictures at the end there. Perfect. All I have to do is click Update, and now my pictures will show up in that order. So I won't waste time going through all of those right now, but now you get the idea. I'll go through and do that to all these other galleries. So once you have your galleries, you can go in there and you can rename them, reorder them, get them all ready to go. The next step, though, is finding a place to put them. So we're going to go back to our dashboard here, and we're going to make a new page. We're going to go here and click Add New. Now the new page is just a place for our pictures to go, so I'm going to call it Snapshots. There we go. And I want to put them in here, right? This is where I want the pictures to go. Well, right here, you have a little tool that pops up when you've installed this Next-Gen Gallery plugin. We're going to click that, and it asks us, what do you want to put in your page? Well, I'm going to say I want the Utah pictures first. And I want it to just be an image list, right? And I'm going to click Insert. It puts the code in for you. You don't even know anything. There's something I want to do first, though. I want to title it, so I'm going to put above that Utah, just the name of the gallery. I'll put that in the middle, maybe bold it. Perfect. Now all I have to do is click Publish. Let's go back to our actual website, refresh it, and let's see if those changes took place. Click Refresh. And we have a new page, Snapshots. Let's click on it. And sure enough, we got some gallery already showing up. Now this page is kind of like my About page. I don't want the comments section on there, so I'm going to go and turn that off. We're going to go to Pages, back in our dashboard. We're going to go to the Snapshots page and edit that. And we're going to go to Screen Options, Comments, make sure those are selected, and we're going to turn them off and click Update. So now when we go and refresh this page, those comments right at the bottom down here, they should go away. Yep, they're gone. Perfect. So I can do this with multiple galleries. I can just keep adding them. So I'll add all those, and then one by one, I'll make space for the galleries to show up right underneath them. And these I will want to be bold. So I'll make them all stand out a little bit more. And then one by one, I'm just going to insert right here using this button the galleries I want. Perfect. Let's click Update. And let's go back to our website and see if that took place. Let's refresh it. Beautiful. Now we're in business. There we go. So I can click on any of these images and watch what happens. There they go. Full, pretty, full screen view. So anyone that visits my website, they can just go scroll through those using even the arrow keys on their keyboard. So that's it. Now we have a gallery on our website. Now we're just one step away. We need to go and add a resume. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. Hi, my name is Paul, and welcome to our last video in our WordPress series where we're showing you how to make this exact website click by click, step by step. We're only one step away actually from finishing. We just need to upload a resume. I want to show you how to do that using a plugin in the dashboard. So assuming you're logged in, on the left hand side, let's go to Plugins, click that, and we're going to add a new one. So we click Add New. Now the plugin we want is the Google Doc Embedder. This is a really good one that we like. We're going to type that in, Google Doc Embed. That's a search for it. Click Search, and there it is right at the top. Now we're going to install it. Click Yes, I want to do that. And once it's installed, we just need to activate it. So we'll turn it on. Perfect. Now that we have the Google Doc installed, we need to be able to put our resume up on our website. This is where we're going to go to the Media tool on the left-hand side. So click Media, and we're going to click Add New. We can upload files to our website for use in other web pages and things like that. And I have a resume file already made up. It's just a dummy resume for Spider-Man. We're going to put that in there. Click Select, puts it on there, and you'll notice when you upload a media file to your website, it gives you a URL where you can actually get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this address right here. Copy. We're going to save changes. Yep, we want to keep it. And you'll notice we have a bunch of files that we've been using. We've got our pictures that we've been inserting, things like that. And there's our resume file. So now what we need to do is a place to put it. So let's go to the Pages field here. We're going to add a new page. Great. Now we're going to call it resume. Actually, I want to put accents on these. I think that's more proper. And we want to insert our resume into this page itself, right? So right here at the top right, you'll notice since we've installed the Google Doc embedding plugin, we have an option to use it. Let's click it. And the first thing it asks for is the URL of the file. Well, we already copied that. We're just going to paste it in there. Perfect. There's the PDF itself. And we're just going to click Insert. Perfect. Now, I do want to turn off comments because we don't want this. This is going to be a static page. I don't need people commenting on Spider-Man's resume. And we'll click Publish. Now, let's go to our website and see what it looks like. I'm going to refresh it. Perfect. Now we have the resume feature right there. It's just in the wrong order, so we're going to go fix that. But let's click on it and just see what it looks like. Perfect. There's the resume. Even has a download link right there, so if anyone wanted to download it, they could. Only thing we need to do is rearrange the order of these pages here. So let's go back to our dashboard, go to our pages, and we want to see all our pages now. We have 4 here. Let's do a quick edit on resume here, and you can specify what order you want it to be in. This is the 4th of the 4 pages, and click Update. And let's go back to our website and refresh it and see what happened. Perfect. Puts it at the end here, the 4th instead of the 3rd or the 2nd or the 1st. So that's it. Now we have a resume up on the website. This is the end of this first WordPress series, and hopefully it helped you get up and running. Again, WordPress is really powerful. We only barely scratched the surface of what you can do, and the best way to take full advantage of the platform is just to spend some time playing with it. But hopefully this helped you get started. We're going to be doing a lot more of these and other types of videos, so just make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out.